August 15, 2025, in Murray Hill, Queens, the KACE interns coordinated a celebration of the 80th anniversary of Gwangbokjeol, a Korean Liberation Day.
Today, we had special guests such as New York State Assemblyman Edward Bronstein, Councilwoman Sandra Eung, Sarah Fajardo from KAFSC, Eun-Kyung Kim, YWCA의 Executive Board Member, Alex Moon, Chairman of KACE, and finally, all of the 2025 Grassroots KACE interns.
On this historical day, the Korean peninsula was liberated from Imperial Japan and officially declared its independence. This day is the sole day where both North and South Korea comes in unison and celebrates the day, regardless of its political affiliation.
This event was filled with hardworking interns working collaboratively to spread knowledge of Korea's resilience during a time of hardship.
Today was a day of celebration, appreciation, and thankfulness. Thank you for joining us on this very special day, and we are KCMB-TV's reporters Lydia
and Yejin.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to the KACE Gwangbokjeol ceremony. We're so glad you can make it. I'm Sonia Huang.
I'm Chloe Chung, and we are interns at the KACE Grassroots Internship Program.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
이제 대한민국의 광복을 위해 희생한 분들을 기리며 묵념을 하겠습니다.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Moon. I am the board chair for KACE. It's a privilege to spend today with you on this significant day in Korean history, as today marks the 80th anniversary of Korea's liberation from Japanese forced occupation. To President Kim and the team here at KACE, thank you for putting this together. To the interns, I want to thank all of you for spending your summer with us. I hope that the projects and all the work that you've done here over the summer has made a meaningful impact on you and your community. To everyone else here, I hope you enjoy this day with us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to see everybody from KACE. It's good to see all the interns. For those who don't know me, my name is Ed Bronstein. I'm the state assembly member for Northeast Queens. I represent Bayside, Douglasson, Little Neck, parts of Auburndale, North Flushing, and Glen Oaks, Belrose, and Floral Park. And I'm honored to join you today to celebrate the 80th anniversary of Korean independence. I think if we look at the last 80 years, Korean independence has been nothing but a success story, right? A successful democracy. Korea today has come from humble beginnings to become an economic powerhouse. And that has been good not only for the Korean people, but for the rest of the world, especially Korea being a close ally of the United States. Having such a close friend in that part of the world that's a beacon of freedom and democracy. It shows that democracy could be successful. And of course, the close relationship economically between our two countries has benefited everybody. So it's not only the Korean community who should celebrate, but all Americans should be celebrating the 80th anniversary of Korean independence. So I'm honored to join you. I'm looking forward to hanging out for the barbecue. I have to tell you, Richard, that you got some look going on today, man. I am loving it. So once again, thank you for having me, and I look forward to enjoying the rest of the program. Thank you.
Board Chair Moon, President Kim, thank you so much for having me here today. I'm Council Member Sandra Eung, and I represent this district, District 20, which includes Flushing and Murray Hill. I'm very happy to spend Korean Liberation Day with all of you. Korea is truly a model of democracy for the world, and the Korean American contributions to this community and beyond is tremendous. Also want to give a big congratulations to the KACE interns. I feel throughout the year, I have spent some time with all of you. KACE really does an amazing job in nurturing our future generations. You really do teach us what it means to be civically engaged, and this is what we truly need for our next generation. So for all the interns here, wherever you go in life, which I'm sure will be amazing places, wherever you go, whatever you do, I hope you remember KACE and the lessons that KACE have taught you, that to be civically involved in your community is really of utmost importance. And if you can, please come back to KACE, please come back to Flushing, and please give back to this community. Thank you so much.
Thank you to KACE for inviting us and hosting such a wonderful event. As Councilwoman Ong has already said, KACE has been an incredible partner for the Korean American Family Service Center over the years. We are really proud and honored to join this celebration of Korean Independence Day, and we want to thank everybody for their continued fight against gender-based violence, domestic violence, and we wanted to also mention that the Korean American Family Service Center had the honor of welcoming a Korean comfort woman to join us some years ago. And so we wanted to mention this on the day of Korean independence from the colonial impact of Japan. And just remind everyone of the ongoing fight to end gender-based violence, and that we look forward to continuing to work together to improve our communities and make sure that we end violence. So thank you to KACE. Happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I didn't prepare anything. I just came that, Dongchan said there'll be a barbecue. So, and I came here, and then here I am. And I was so thankful. And then I'm really pleased to join with this really, beautiful young people. You are our future. For this wonderful day of liberation was done a long time ago, but at the same time, those people who worked for, gave their lives were very young, like you're your age. So it's really wonderful that those spirit is still going on in this New York, in America. And by seeing you guys are doing this, it's so overwhelming and then so impressive. And thank you so much, and then excited to have lunch. Thank you. By the way, we are having a back-to-school event this Saturday at Parsons' office. We are preparing for 300 students. So if you have anybody, first come, first goes. So 11 to 4 o'clock. So you can join us. It'll be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, now we would like to welcome New York KACE intern Shiloh Kim, and she will be presenting the meaning of National Liberation Day of Korea.
Kwangbokjeol, or National Liberation Day of Korea, is one of the few holidays where North and South Korea celebrate together. Kwangbokjeol is a day where we celebrate Korea's found liberation from Imperial Japan's colonial control. It's a day that connects me to Korea's past and reminds me of the struggles my ancestors endured during the Japanese colonization. I think about the sacrifices made by everyday students, workers, and families who risked everything for a future that may have not been possible. For me, it's more than just a historical event. It's a part of my identity and family history. My dad's uncle was one of the many people who fought for Korea's independence. Although I never got to meet him, his story makes Kwangbokjeol feel deeply personal. He was one of the many who built the foundations for a country we all proudly stand now. It's an honor to have someone in my family, and his legacy reminds me of the cost of Korea's freedom. On Kwangbokjeol, I often found myself deeply reflecting on the meaning of this reclaimed freedom and what it took for Korea to reclaim its independence. Sometimes my family will share stories about our relatives and their stories of oppression and empowerment during the occupation. I'm reminded that these freedoms I enjoy today are built on the sacrifices of those who came before me, and that this legacy is something to be cherished and protected. This day also encourages me to stay connected to my heritage, whether by participating in today's KACE Kwangbokjeol ceremony or simply taking a moment to reflect and learn more about Korea's history. It's a time to honor not just the well-known heroes, but also the countless unnamed individuals whose small acts of resistance made a difference. Ultimately, Kwangbokjeol inspires me to carry forward the values of hope,
perseverance, and national pride, the same values my ancestors carried then. As they selflessly sacrificed their lives for us, I feel a responsibility to honor my ancestors' struggles by remaining engaged with Korea's ongoing story and by contributing positively to my community. Today serves as a powerful reminder that the lessons of the past are still relevant and the spirit of independence continues to shape who I am today. I would like to encourage all of you to remember these heroes who fought and stood their ground on the face of oppression and colonization. Learning from our ancestors, we can implement their mindsets in our lives, allowing us to empower our community. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your speech, Shiloh. It was beautifully written. And now we would like to call up Jessica John, a New Jersey CASE intern, for a special performance.
Arirang alone is a modern reinterpretation of Arirang, the beloved unofficial national anthem of Korea. This reinterpretation was written during a time of deep national division. It reflects not only personal longing, but also the collective sorrow of a people separated by borders and history. As we remember our past today, may this song be a call towards true peace and unity.
Lastly, to wrap up the ceremony, we'll be calling up New York CASE interns Derek Kim and Jaden Chang for manse and some closing remarks.
As we approach the end of our ceremony, we will close by giving 3 hurrahs.
기념식을 마치면서 만세 삼창을 외치겠습니다.
When we say 대한독립 만세, please follow by saying 만세 while raising your flag.
독립을 기념하는 만큼 기쁘게 우렁차게 만세를 외쳐주시면 감사하겠습니다. 만세! 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 감사합니다.
On this day, on August 15th, 80 years ago, Korea was freed from Imperial Japan's colonial rule. We bled, we cried, and we fought to reclaim what was always ours. That was not by coincidence, nor was it an accident or a gift. Rather, it was through hard work, struggle, and sacrifice that brought us here to where we are today.
However, this journey has not yet come to an end. Our new goal is to build on what we've gained from the past and move forward with it. Our goal is to ensure and support our freedoms until the next generation comes along and learns about the cost of our independence. But this is also a moment of celebration. So let's take the same spirit with us back home. Let's remember the many sacrifices that brought us to this freedom and cherish it. Today is more than a day just to relax. It's a day to celebrate our pride in our history and our future. Our ancestors fought for it, we lived through it and continue its ideals, and one day those who come after us will thrive in it. Thank you all for being a part of this special KACE 광복절 ceremony and honoring our past. I hope you have a great barbecue and a safe trip home.
전 세계 어디에서나 한민족에게 있어 대단히 중요한 날이 바로 광복절이겠죠. 그래서 특히나 미국에는 한인 동포들도 많이 있고 또 자라나는 새 세대들도 있고 해서 함께 이러한 행사를 가진다는 것은 한민족의 정체성들을 같이 공유하고 또 함께 이 커뮤니티의 커뮤니티 구성원으로서 있다는 것을 의미하는 것이라고 봅니다.
미국 내 한인 사회와 차세대에게 광복절을 알리는 데 있어 가장 중요한 메시지는 무엇이라고 보시나요?
광복절은 대한민국의 새로운 출발점이죠. 우리 역사가 5,000년이지만 그 5,000년 역사의 새로운 출발이 광복절입니다. 그래서 이것은 기존에 있는 1세대나 2세대 모두에게 대한민국이라는 우리에게 비빌 언덕이 굳건하게 서 있다는 것을 의미하기 때문에 함께 기념하고 함께 즐기면서 미국에서의 우리의 뿌리도 더 깊게 내릴 수 있는 그런 기회라고 생각합니다.
네, 좋은 답변 감사합니다. 마지막으로 앞으로 케이스가 광복절 같은 역사 기념일을 어떻게 이어갈 계획인지 말씀해 주시겠어요?
케이스는 늘 미래를 위해서 투자하는 단체입니다. 그래서 오늘이 처음이었지만 앞으로 지속적으로 우리 2세대들 특히 인턴에 참여한 학생들과 함께 광복절의 의미를 이해하고 또 함께 광복절을 행사하면서 다음 한인 커뮤니티의 주인이 될 수 있게끔 하는 그런 노력으로 지속적으로 할 계획입니다.
Could you please share your congratulatory message to citizens attending today's 80th anniversary of Korea's Independence Day celebration?
Sure, I'm here to celebrate with KACE the 80th anniversary of Korean independence. I always say a free and democratic Korea has been good for the whole world, right? Korea right now is a beacon of freedom and democracy, and I'm proud to celebrate it with everybody here today.
And how do you think events like this can positively impact relationships between the Korean American community and other communities in the U.S.?
I think it's important not just for the Korean American community, but for the broader community to celebrate Korean independence. Because like I said before, Korea is a very close friend of the United States. It's a partner in democracy. It's a partner in economic security. And I think all people should celebrate that Korea became free 80 years ago.
Certainly. And finally, would you like to say a final message towards the community and KACE?
Once again, it's just I want to thank KACE for everything they do for the community. It's a pleasure to work with them, and I look forward to working with them for the years to come. Thank you.
So what was the main focus in preparing for this event?
The main focus for preparing for today's event was making sure that our today's event was led by our high school interns, and so the main focus was making sure that they understood the history behind what the significance for today, and to be able to carry out ceremonies like this, because chances are most young people, they may not be familiar with these types of events. So by teaching them the history, showing them how events like these are held, the order of events and the types of things that go on with it, this is a way for us to pass down from generation to generation our traditions, our histories, and where our community comes from.
So today is the anniversary of Korea's independence for Japan. Korea is really a symbol of democracy for all over the world, and so happy to be celebrating it today with all of you. And I know later I'll be at Cagney celebrating with everybody at Cagney too.
How do you think events like this can positively impact relationships between the Korean Korean American community and other communities in the U.S.?
So I represent a big Korean American community right here in Queens. So it is so important that the diversity of this community is what makes really this community I represent so amazing, and that we understand the contributions of all communities, especially the Korean community, that they have made to the United States.
한국 광복절 80주년을 미국에서 기념하는 것이 어떤 의미를 갖는다고 생각하시나요?
일단은 한국 사람이니까 이 자체가 광복이라고 하는 게 사실 저도 태어나기 전에 일이었어서 부모님으로부터 얘기 듣고 또 그 매개체로부터 이렇게 들어서 또 학교에서 배우고 이런 것이 다였잖아요. 근데 점점 갈수록 특별히 미국에 있다 보니까 한국에 있을 때하고 조금 다르게 더 애국심이 생기는 것 같아요. 그래서 이 광복에 대한 것도 한국에서 살 때는 그 정도까지는 못 느꼈는데 미국에 오니까 조금 더 그런 느낌이 더 들면서, 그리고 특별히 이제 여기 뉴욕에서 이렇게 non-profit 일을 하다 보니까 이런 행사도 자주 보게 되고 또 이런 스토리를 듣다 보니까 특별히 올해가 또 80주년이라 굉장히 뜻깊게 느껴집니다. 네.
좋은 답변 감사합니다. 이번 행사가 미국 사회와 다른 커뮤니티에서 어떤 영향을 주길 기대하시나요?
제가 이제 이 뉴욕에 있으면서 저희랑 같은 날 또 이렇게 Liberation Day, 그러니까 Independence Day로 해가지고 그 인도 커뮤니티랑도 많이 연결도 하고 셀러브레이션도 같이 하고 그랬었어요. 그래서 이제 그 에이시안 컨트리는 주로 많이 그 광복 한 일들이 좀 많이 생겼었던 것 같아요. 그래서 그런 부분들에 대해서 같이 쉐어하고 같이 느끼는 마음이 좀 있었습니다. 그래서 그런 것들이 우리의 그 한인 사회에서 한국이 광복을 맞았다 이런 말이 이제 나오면서 다른 나라에서도 자기 같은 비슷한 어떤 익스피리언스들이 이렇게 같이 나와서 같이 공유할 수 있고, 한국이 지금 너무 잘 나가고 있잖아요. 근데도 그렇게 힘든 날들이 있었구나라는 것을 다시 알려주고 그들도 이제 우리의 파스트랑 우리의 히스토리를 좀 알게 될 수 있는 그런 기회가 될 거라고 생각하고 이렇게 기대해 봅니다.
오늘 2세들이 주관하는 행사 보시면서 어떤 생각 드셨나요?
오늘 특별히 이걸 보면서 굉장히 마음이 울컥했어요. 제가 그 나이 때는 그렇게 못했었거든요. 근데 그것도 미국에서 정말 한국에 가본 적도 없는 학생들도 많았고, 그리고 여기에서 완전히 다른 문화권에서 살면서 이런 행사를 주관한다고 하는 그 자체를 보는 게 되게 울컥하더라고요. 너무 좀 감동스러웠고, 그리고 그 예전에 저희가 정말 오랫동안 정말 오랜 기간 동안은 저희가 일제의 압제 속에 있었으면서 그때 우리나라의 어떤 광복을 위해서 애썼던 사람들이 이렇게 티네이저들이 굉장히 많았거든요. 나타나지 않았지만 우리가 잘 아는 유관순 누나서부터 그래서 그런 부분들에서 그때의 생각이 딱 이렇게 겹치면서 이들이 정말 이 나라에 대해서 그리고 우리나라 역사에 대해서 그리고 이제 인권에 대해서 민권에 대해서 이런 것들에 대해서 이제 얘기 나누고 그런 인턴십들을 하셨잖아요. 그런 분들이 모여서 오늘 또 이 행사를 주관했다는 거가 너무 자랑스럽고 또 앞으로의 미래가 좀 기대되는, 그래서 이것으로 통해서 지금 오늘은 어떤 큰 의미를 못 느끼실 줄은 몰라도 이게 이제 여러 번 반복되고 그러면 나중에 이제 어른이 되면 그게 굉장히 기억에 남을 거예요. 그래서 내가 그때 그렇게 했었지, 8.15 광복절 우리 행사를 했었지, 이런 생각들이 나도 모르는 사이에 이제 애국심으로 이렇게 들어갈 것 같고, 그래서 굉장히 보기 좋았고요. 미래가 좀 보이는 것 같은, 그래서 굉장히 뿌듯하고 자랑스러웠습니다.
마지막으로 커뮤니티에 하실 말씀 있으신가요?
저도 뭐라고 말을 할 수는 없어요. 왜냐하면 저도 1세대고 그리고 이제 여기 와서 그렇게까지 뭐 우리나라 광복절, 만세삼창 이런 거에 대해서 저도 이제 겪어보지 않은 사태라 만세삼창 한다 그러면 막 이러기도 막 어릴 때 그러고 지냈거든요. 근데 이제 저도 이제 나이가 들면서 이제 그런 거에 미닝을 좀 이렇게 듣고 이제 경험을 하다 보니까, 그리고 많은 다큐멘터리도 나왔고 또 그런 열사들의 얘기를 듣다 보니 이런 것들이 굉장히 필요하구나. 지금 우리하고는 별로 관계가 없어 보여도 어떠한 부분들은 우리가 지켜나가고 기억을 해놔야 되겠구나. 우리가 너무 잘 사는 것만 생각하는 것이 아니라 우리 역사들을 기억하고 또 그때 역사를 갖고 있는 사람들을 또 더 이렇게 존경하고 그래야 되는 것 같아요. 그래서 우리 동포에서는 미국이라고 하지만 그래도 이런 거에 대해서 마음이라도 함께 했으면 하는 생각입니다.
So after experiencing today and like celebrating the 80th anniversary of Korea's Independence Day here in the United States, what was your impression of like all the events that happened today?
Well, I had no idea how long and how impressive the history was toward liberation. As someone who comes from an immigrant background but knows more about Latin America and the Caribbean, I've been really hoping to learn about the rest of the world ever since leaving college. And so for me to be in the middle of a community in New York, a neighborhood that I love, I have family ties to, it was really fascinating, just being a part of the story, and also hearing how other communities here, how their histories are related, with how Korea and Japan, interacted, and the colonial history that some of the speakers mentioned. So I'm very appreciative of the chance to listen and learn here.
So while you were listening to these people, were there any connections that you felt within our culture and like your culture? Like, were there any connections that you felt?
Well, so my family's from Honduras, and it's small country within the Caribbean and Central America. I love seeing the familiar foods here. Like the long pepper, like serrano peppers. I love spicy food. We don't have anything as complex as gochujang sauce, but we have a lot of mixtures between like salsa verde, like green sauce, also having like mole, like in southern Mexico. It really sweet and spicy, and almost chocolatey depending on who makes it. And also thinking about just education, some of the interns here told me about just their experiences learning Korean growing up and learning Spanish, having my parents want me to learn English in the best way possible, and just also keep my culture really close and tight, to me. Those are things that were really familiar for me growing up. And I think after COVID and during COVID, a lot of people started thinking about what other people might be going through, even when they don't look like them. So many things are so similar, even if we don't speak each other's language. And that's why, for me, I like to be in rooms with people who don't necessarily come from the same places as me, but might feel similarly to me. It's an honor. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you for your response. Is there anything, lastly, is there anything you'd like to say to the community or just give awareness to anything?
Well, I'm really grateful, as someone who's advocating for open space and cross-cultural connections, open plans, nonprofit. If I give like my shameless plug, we're always looking for ways to bring block parties and open streets and like outdoor karaoke to different parts of the city. And so just learning and seeing how like Mr. Choi, Mr. Kim, Richard here, Mr. In have been bringing people out in Murray Hill and Eastern Queens. It's a really good model for the rest of the city and what all of us should be thinking about when we're trying to celebrate with our neighbors and liven up our streets. So I'm looking forward to being here more, and maybe exploring more of what the Korean community would like from the city and what we have to offer.
Thank you for that amazing response. Thank you. 안녕하세요. 자기소개 부탁드릴게요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 딸 김루채, 엄마 강영진입니다.
예, 저는 루체 아빠 김주호입니다.
오늘 광복절을 기념하면서 느꼈던 소감 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
되게 오래간만에 광복절이라는 그 말 자체가 되게 오래간만이에요. 솔직히 미국 생활을 하면서. 그래서 여기 케이스에서 이것을 주관하여서 다시 한번 접하게 되어서 너무 새롭고 너무 가슴이 벅차다고 해야 되나요? 잊어버리고 있던 그 단어 광복절을 다시 한번 생각하게 되는 날이었습니다.
맞아요. 저도 뭐 얘기한 것처럼 똑같이 진짜 광복절 8월 15일 되면 광복절이구나 그냥 그렇게만 생각했지 이렇게 케이스에서 이렇게 주최하는 이런 장소에 와서 이렇게 참석하는 것도 미국 와서는 솔직히 처음인 것 같고 한국을 떠난 지 벌써 한참 됐는데 저 나름대로 또 마음이 좀 참가하는 의미도 좀 있는 것 같고 그래서 좀 오늘 아주 좋은 의미로 남게 될 것 같아요.
8월 15일 광복절이 제 생일이에요.
생일 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
딸이 주관하는 행사를 참여하면서 느꼈던 점도 부탁드릴게요.
우리가 여기에 가족들이 많지가 않아요. 그러니까 아빠, 엄마 그리고 딸 그게 다예요 이 미국에. 근데 이제 이 케이스가 한국인들의 그런 많은 부분들을 접하고 있더라고요. 그래서 우리 부모가 살다 보면 바쁘니까 가르쳐주지 못한 그런 부분들 그런 것들을 케이스에서 다시 알게 되고 배우니까 그런 것들이 참 많은 배움과 도움이 되는 것 같습니다.
가르쳐주고 싶은데 이렇게 가르쳐주는 방법도 솔직히 잘 모르는 경우가 많거든요. 근데 이런 케이스에서 하는 이런 프로그램을 통해서 자연스럽게 알게 되니까 오히려 저희는 더 감사한 것 같아요.
오늘 80주년 광복절을 맞이해서 축하의 메시지 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
네. 80주년이 나중에 800주년이 되기를 기원합니다.
이 광복절이 영원히 잊혀지지 않고 80주년뿐만이 아니고 이 사람 얘기한 대로 앞으로도 계속 우리 넥스트 제너레이션들이 기억할 수 있는 그런 또 하루가 됐으면 좋겠네요.
감사합니다. 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 광복절은 우리 민족이면 누구나 다 축하해야 하는 날이잖아요. 젊은이들이 이렇게 자라나서 또 우리나라의 광복절도 기념하고 우리나라의 컬처도 생각을 하고 그런 걸 보면서 정말 기쁘게 생각했어요. 즐겁고 행복했어요.
감사합니다.
네.
What did it mean to you to prepare for the 80th anniversary of Korea's Independence Day?
Obviously, I'm a Korean American, so I'm not very connected to Korea, my Korean roots as I want to be. Knowing that my family, my parents, my grandparents, how they were very taken to this event, this holiday, I think that made me want to cherish it a little more.
And what was your role in preparing for this event?
I was the person who wrote and said the closing speech, and I was just a general helper.
And how was your experience throughout the whole event?
It was very positive. Talking to a lot of new people, I got to exercise my small talking abilities. It's just a good bonding experience with the case members, I think.
Were there any pros and cons to this event?
Pros were that I think everyone took part their role very well. I think everyone was very involved. The cons was that one of the cons that really bothered me was that some of the materials that we had at hand, for example, flag that we had, it was slowly breaking apart. So maybe just getting better supplies. But other than that, I think it was a very nice experience.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I go to Northern Valley Demarest. I'm a rising senior, and I'm a New Jersey case intern.
Hi, my name is Isaac. I go to Northern Highlands. I'm also a rising senior, and I'm also a case New Jersey intern.
My name is Sean Lim. I'm a rising senior at AE, and I'm a New Jersey case intern.
Hi, my name is Claire Ju. I'm a rising junior at Bergen County Technical High School in Teterboro, and I'm a New Jersey intern.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm a rising senior, and I attend AE, and I'm also a New Jersey case intern.
So as a U.S. citizen, what did it mean to you to prepare for the 80th anniversary of Korea's Independence Day?
As a U.S. citizen and a Korean American, it meant a lot because in this way I could celebrate both parts of my heritage, and I could feel more connected to my background, as well as to what my family's history is.
What do you think is needed for Korean American youth as U.S. citizens to understand and carry forward the meaning of Korea's Independence Day?
I think one of the most important tools for us is the media, because while we're on it, a lot of our time is spent on that, and there's just a lot of information that we can gain through that.
So what was your role in preparing for this event, and are there any pros and cons that you want to mention?
So as a New Jersey intern, our role was to sing the national anthem, but I felt since we were very far from New York and our planning sessions were not really connected, we felt really detached and we were a little unprepared compared to the rest of New York.
And what message do you think Korea's Independence Day delivers to the Korean American community in the U.S.?
I believe that Korean Independence Day delivers the message of freedom and cultural heritage because it connects back to our roots in the homeland and to our individual identity.
I also sometimes just forget year-round that 광복절 is even holiday unless I look at my camera or my calendar for it. So yeah, it was nice to celebrate with fellow Korean Americans and be able to eat the food from our homeland as well.
And how would you like to promote the meaning of Korea's Independence Day to your peers and to the American society?
So like Isaac mentioned, the importance of social media, right, and getting the message out. Like Olivia mentioned, a lot of us, like in our age group, kind of forget that this is a holiday because it's not really an American holiday. And so by getting more information out there, like with media and on social media, we could help like, celebrate the holiday more and get more Korean Americans more involved with like their cultural heritage.
Yeah, and I'd also like to add to that. I think beyond the media as well, it's important for especially our parents and fellow adults or like peers to also just speak about it, just to remind each other of like just the importance of this day.